Retail, one of the sector's worst, slammed today on tough talk from President Trump on China tariffs. The XRT ETF posting its worst day since May, worst week of the year. Some of the hardest hit names, Five Below, Estee Lauder, Best Buy, and Capri. Let's bring in Oppenheimer senior analyst Brian Nagel. And Brian, you had been saying tariff-driven price hikes were moderating. How much of a concern is this latest dust-up?
Well, good afternoon. No, that's interesting. So you're referring to just this morning, my associates and I published an update to an index we created that basically tracks retail price adjustments across our coverage universe. And interestingly, what we saw in the last few weeks or month or so is that it seems that these tariff-driven price increases have actually stalled out. I do find that interesting. So to answer your question, John, I mean, the data moves a lot, right? But if our index is right, and for whatever reason, retailers have become more hesitant to raise prices. At the same time, now we have fresh threats of now, to use the president's word, massive new tariffs. That's bad, because what that basically means is these retailers are really going to have to struggle to pass along any of these new costs that come through.
And we're in Q4, right? I mean, I'm not sure what you're seeing out there in inventories ahead of the thick of the holiday season coming up. I know that there was some degree of pull-in ahead of the threat of tariffs earlier this year. But if retailers have to discount, then that's a problem on the margin side. But if retailers have to re-up, then that's a problem potentially on the tariff side, no?
No, that's exactly right. I mean, what we're heading into is the all-important holiday selling season, right? So for most retailers, volumes are bigger. I mean, you do most of your business in the holiday season. So that basically raises the risks, right, as we head into the holidays. And that's exactly what you're talking about. Now, right now, I'm not seeing any signs of excess promotions. I think the bigger concern as we head into the holidays, going back to the point I was making before, is what retailers do with prices and then the potential impacts that has upon demand. For a while, I've looked at the consumer spending backdrop. The discretionary spending backdrop is okay, but not great. There's a lot of pressures out there on the consumer. To the extent these retailers are basically forced to start continue or raise prices even an accelerated pace, that very likely could further pressure, if you will, discretionary spending.